happy GAQA Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic, magical, wonderful Tuesday. I know I am for the most part. I'm exhausted. I didn't sleep well. I'm very sore. I went to the gym yesterday, and it doesn't matter with Rob. If you have trained with him for 6 days, 6 months, or 6 years, every freaking workout is going to suck ass. It's just how it is. And you're going to be sore. Like, his goal every class is for you to either bleed, cry, or throw up. And I wish I was kidding. I have done all three. I can tell you right now. Like, it's no shame. Like, he does not play. Yesterday was ab day. So everything from like here around my back, like my back, and I have back problems anyway, and my lower back is killing me today. So hence why I'm like dressed like a bum. No shame today at all. It's a basketball shorts and t-shirt kind of day because I can't do it. Like I can't lift my head. No. And I have to change at some point today because I have my wonderful job interview like setup thing tonight, and I want to look decent, so I'm gonna put on like a cute little sundress and a sweater and look, you know, like all nice and crap, like dress how I would dress for work every day. That's gonna be painful because if I try to like lift my arms past like here, my lower back is just like no, it's just telling me no. But it's all good. I mean, I feel so much better after I go to the gym. Like the first couple of days after I work out are horrendous, but then after like Wednesday, like tomorrow night, I'll feel a lot better because I'll go back into the gym and work out, and then like all the lactic acid that is kind of sitting in my body right now because I'm being lazy and won't do anything about it will get worked out, and then I feel better. I'm usually just tired after Wednesday's workout. Like I'm not sore, but I feel so much better. Oh, and I wish I would make me sleep better, but it's not happening. So it is what it is, whatever. But I'm really excited for tonight. I'm hoping that after I leave my interview that I will have a job, like for sure, like in the bucket, like I've nailed it, it's done, it's over with, and I don't have to think about it anymore. My car is in the process of getting fixed. The part came in this morning. I'm super excited about that. It's made me really happy. I hope to have her back later today. Fingers crossed. She also had to have like a new drive belt put on. That's just like scheduled maintenance. Like it wasn't broken or messed up, but I don't want it to break or mess up, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get it fixed and say the heck with it. She needs a couple of other things too, but it's not urgent right now, and so we're gonna schedule those for a later day because we can only spend so much money at one time. Like I can only do so much at once that it becomes so painful that I get like chest pains and anxiety, and I can't deal with it. So I'm fixing what needs to be fixed. I'm putting a new drive belt on it. Hopefully then she's happy for a while, and then by winter I'll have to do some other stuff, but whatevs. I don't even care. I'm so tired today. I don't even care. But we are not here to talk about cars and job interviews and sore back muscles. We are here for GAQA Tuesday, where I answer all of your Ghost Adventures related questions that you guys ask me all up on the Facebook page or that you private message me. And we have a fun little list, so we are going to get started. Okay, thanks. Bye. Our first question is, does Ashley go on every lockdown with Jay? Now, for those of you who don't know, Ashley is Jay's wife, and we've seen her on a couple of episodes, on camera and off camera, during lockdown, and then in the background and behind the scenes. I know that she travels with him a lot. Jay and Ashley haven't been married but just a couple of years, and they don't have kids. You know, they don't have responsibilities at home aside from work, and so I think that she does go with him as much as she possibly can because it's probably the only time she sees him. I mean, I know that she goes on a lot with them because she's their still photographer, so she does all of their still shots for the episodes. Now, if she stays beyond like a certain day, I know that lockdowns have gotten a lot longer. Like it used to be a 2 to 3 day process, and now I think it's like a 5 to 7 day process depending on the location. So once she does the still photography and stuff, I don't know if she goes home, I don't know if she stays, I don't know if she's there for lockdown, but I know that she goes initially on almost probably every lockdown because she does do the still photography for the show. But as far as lockdown goes, whether she's actually there, like at Nerve Center, kind of off in the distance somewhere. I don't know. But I do know that she goes on initially every investigation because she does do the still photography for the GAC. Okay. Moving on. Our next question is, how do you think what the guys do on a daily basis affects their families and their daily lives? Personally, I think it probably affects them a lot. I know it does. You have to think about like what these guys do. These guys, you know, they go and they investigate haunted locations or supposedly haunted locations every day. They do something paranormal related every single day. That has so many risks. When you open yourself up to the spirit world, we've talked about it before, you are opening yourself up to Pandora's box. You are opening yourself up to the unknown. You don't know what you're going to come in contact with. You don't know what kind of spirits you're going to come in contact with. You are leaving yourself open as a vessel to the spirit world. And then when you come home and try to forget that, you may be able to forget it. The spirit, and you may not be able to, depending on the kind of lockdown, but the spirit world is not going to forget. You are now a magnet to them. You're now a light. They can see you. They know you exist. They know you're there. And they don't give a damn about who you are around or who that you are in contact with on a daily basis, because they'll just mess with them too. So I think that it probably poses a somewhat of a threat sometimes, depending on the lockdown. You know, I don't know if they take special precautions against that. I don't know if they tell their families, hey, look, you know, it's been a really rough investigation. It's been a really rough lockdown. And maybe you guys need to go and give me, or I'm going to be, you know, a couple of days later, I'm going to go take some time for myself and kind of get myself cleared and get my head clear a little bit, because they don't want to bring it home. They don't want to affect their families. You know, Zach isn't married or in a relationship that we know of, but he is close to his family. He's close to his sister. He's close to his mom. He's close to his niece and nephew. And he doesn't want anything to affect them. He doesn't want them to have any sort of ill feeling toward him, or they don't to have a negative outlook toward him, or to be affected by what he does. So I know that he stays to himself a lot. He's very secluded because he doesn't want them to feel the effects of his investigations. You know, with Billy, it's a little different. He's got Diana. He's got his kids. And while, you know, some of his kids, you know, most of his kids are grown, you know, he's got a grandson now as well. And, you know, his family is growing, and his son just had a baby, and he's got this new role that I'm sure that he wants to relish in. You know, when you have kids, you think about that kind of thing. Like you think about your kids growing up and making you a grandma or grandpa, like making you grandparents and giving them that, you know, that other little piece of you, you know, that to live on, you know, and now, you know, Billy's in that role. He's a grandpa now. He's got a grandbaby. And so he wants to be able to love on him and spend as much time with him as he can. And, let's face it, the kid got like the grandpa lottery. All right. He's got like the coolest grandpa on the planet. And you want to be able to relish in that. So I'm sure that Billy takes special precautions to protect his family and his kids and now his grandson from the crazy world of the paranormal, because he doesn't want anything negative to ever happen to them. And they know that that's a very real possibility. You know, with like Jay and Ashley, like I said, they don't have kids yet. They don't have that lifestyle yet. But I'm sure that's something they're talking about and wanting, now that they're married and settled down into married life. And with Aaron, we know that, you know, he went through a divorce shortly after he started doing the show, and he has openly said that what he did affected his marriage, and that he thinks specifically the spirits at Bobby Mackey's had a big effect on ending his marriage. So it does affect them. It does have very real repercussions when they come home, and they just have to take the steps that they can to protect their family, protect their friends, and protect themselves, because it's very dangerous. Paranormal investigations are not something that you just mess with, that you just play with because it's going to be fun. Like, you have to take it seriously because you're dealing with a very serious thing, and they know that it can follow them home, and it has on more than one occasion followed them home and kind of wreaked havoc in their lives. And so I think they're just very, very cautious about that, and they're very aware of what's going on in their lives, and they try to make it as safe as they can for their family. So, very good question. I like that one. Moving on to our last question, and I love this question because I get to talk about some of my favorite stuff. What are my favorite lockdowns and why? I have a few. I'm so glad you didn't ask me what my favorite lockdown was, because that's not possible. But I have a few favorite lockdowns. Poveglia is at the top of my list. I love Poveglia Island. I have a deep, deep love affair. Anybody who knows me and my GAC love very well knows that Poveglia and I have a very deep love affair. The evidence they collected was phenomenal on that episode. As sad as it was to watch, the experience with Zach made me really, really embrace how dangerous paranormal investigations are and can be, with his partial possession that he had going on. Probably number 2 is Bobby Mackey's. Again, the evidence collected, the scratching, even though it affected the guys in a negative way, I hated seeing that. It's the kind of episodes that make you fall in love with the show. We'll do my top 5. So number 3 is probably Goldfield. All of them. We'll just bunch them all up. Everything from the documentary to Redemption to their final investigation, all 3 of them, for different reasons. Obviously with the brick being thrown in the documentary, all of the EVPs they've ever gotten, Zach having a rock thrown at him while he was going on part of an investigation by himself. It's just I love it all. Goldfield is just an insanely freaking haunted location. And it's never disappointed me when they've done an episode there. Number 4 is Preston Castle. I love that episode, again, because you get to see how spirits can manipulate the human body. Zach had what appeared to be a partial possession or a connection with Anna Corbin, who was killed there. And the final episode was Letchworth Village. My top 5. I love that episode. It's so insanely sad, but it is the epitome of creepy. That was when they had the Silent Hill siren going off, it sounded like a tornado siren to me. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me, but it reminds me of the Silent Hill siren, and it was going off periodically, and nothing should be going off. It was really weird. But the whole story of Letchworth is horribly sad, the way that those poor people and those poor kids were treated. But that episode had a little bit of comedy in it. It had great evidence. It had the whole Silent Hill siren thing. I absolutely loved that episode. And I could go on and on and on, because I really, truly love almost every episode of Ghost Adventures. I mean, there's a few that, were a complete and total joke. Demons in Seattle, whatever. Stupidest freaking episode ever. But it was good for its own reasons. It was good to show you that people can be crazy and not every place is haunted. And that people can do some really weird, whacked out to get attention. But I truly enjoy the show because of the realness, the genuine realness of it, and the genuine realness of the guys. They have never, ever, over time, let it become anything different than what it was in the beginning. Yes, they've gotten more equipment. Yes, it's become more technical. Yes, it's become more of a production, but it's still down to earth real. I think that's just kind of goes with anybody. I think any paranormal investigation team can have, start with one camera and one digital recorder, and as you gain experience and people become interested in what you're doing, they're going to be willing to help you get bigger, better, so that you can get better evidence. And it's paid off. I mean, the guys that now have Bill Chappell in their corner, who's a complete and total skeptic, but he loves doing what he does and building all this equipment for them because it works. It generates results. And it's teaching more people about the paranormal. It's teaching people to believe in something they can't see, hear, or feel. And that is unbelievably amazing. And that's why I love Ghost Adventures. Everybody else was in it for the money. They were in it for the fame. They were in it for the fad. Zach, Aaron, Billy, and Jade, especially Zach and Aaron, since they've been there from the beginning, have always had one common goal, and that is to teach people about the paranormal, to help them learn, help them experience something that they can't experience on, you know, on their own maybe, or something that they've never experienced, and turn skeptics into believers. And they have done it time and time and time again. And I absolutely love, love, love them for that. So while I have a top 5, I have a top 10, I have a top 15, and I have a top 20 because I absolutely love this show, and I will always love this show. And I am so excited that it's around for season 11, and I know that season 12 is on the horizon. So good things are going to continue to come from the GAC, and I cannot wait to continue to see what they continue to do. But that is all I have for GAQA Tuesday. I will be back tomorrow for What Should I Do Wednesday, where I answer all of your general paranormal related questions, again, that you guys ask me all up on the Facebook page or through private message. So until then, stay happy, stay healthy. I'm gonna go and get ready for my interview and for the rest of the afternoon. Have a great day, guys. Much love and happiness. Bye.